Jeremiah Reed. Senior offensive tackle number 54, Angelo Rocco. Junior offensive guard number 73, Nick Novak. And junior center number 78, Rocco Percanti. Cuyahoga Heights is led by head coach Al Martin.
All right, and then there's the entrance for the home team, Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves. So this team come in with a 6-game win streak, hopefully trying to take it to a 7-game, but this again is going to be a challenge. And I keep stressing that to you guys. This is not going to be an easy game by any stretch. And for Lutheran West, who just knocked off Trinity 50-0. So if you think that this is going to be another Trinity game, you're sadly mistaken, because this is going to be a completely different demographic and more physical football play. So like I said, this is going to be a dandy, like Brett Muzzleberger would say. Let's get ready to see these two teams go head to head. While we're waiting for the kickoff, I just want to mention to you guys that this game is presented by the CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Snyder, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomzik. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, trauma reconstruction for all of your oral surgery needs. Facial implant surgery, go to the website www.ohiosurgery.com. Thank you for support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. So we are getting ready for the kickoff. The Cuyahoga Heights is going to kick the ball off. They defer to halftime, so the Lutheran West will receive the ball. Number 56 is kicking the ball off, and we are underway. We do have a reception number 84, and he will go down by the little under the 21st yard line. So here we come with the offense. This is real physical bunch, especially up front. Number 71 is the anchor of this offensive line. I seen him practicing right before the start of the game, and these are some big guys. I will say that. And when I say big, they make me feel small. And I'm a big guy, so so we're starting off. All right, look, we're in a pro formation, and there is a handoff to the fullback as he gets slightly under 4 yards for the first carry of the game.
Lutheran was carried by number 11, Lamar Scott. Tackled by number 4, Derek DeSanza. Number 17, Andy
Lamar Scott
Jacobson.
plans to get plenty of carries this game because with it being cold, they rarely may throw the ball. They're getting there, opening up in that pro style. And there's another handoff to the fullback. Looks like it's a little under 1 yard.
Number 11, Lamar Scott on the carry.
So it looks like it's 3rd and 1.
Tackled by number 56, Noah Wilson. And number 5, Francis Connors.
Now,
Brings up 3rd down and
I
1
understand
from the
Cuyahoga
31-yard
Heights,
line.
their defensive line aren't small by the stretch of any imagination as well, so this is going to be a dandy. And there's a quarterback sneak as the quarterback looks to have a first down. Yes, and the chains are moving, so he did get the first down with the quarterback sneak.
12, Clay Noble on the carry. Gain of 1 yard for a Longhorn
And the chains
first down.
keep
Tackled
moving.
by number 2, Seth Cusia.
Now, I'm just looking at the size discrepancy, really. And this is, I mean, Lutheran West are towering as of right now. So Really doesn't mean about size, but if you are into size, Lutheran West are some big guys. Another handoff to the fullback. Looked like it was a little quick grab to number 22.
Number 22, Jamarion Banks on the carry for the Longhorns.
It looks to be about a 4-yard gain.
And number 50, Jace Young. Gain of 3 on the play brings up 2nd down and 7 from the 36-yard line.
Just a little upbeat tempo. Okay, it looks like there was a fumble, and Cuyahoga Heights seemed to have recovered the ball. But let's see what the flag. There's a flag down. Let's see what this flag says.
Chase Young for your Red Wolves.
Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, look like it might just simply fail. So first down 10 for Cuyahoga Heights, and good turnover. Way to start the game off. They will be on the 34-yard line on Lutheran West 34-yard line. That is. They will open up one wide receiver, and it looked like there was an encroachment on the defense. But let's, yes, and there is moving the chain, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. A little anxious to get it going. Gotta hold tight, gotta stay packed. This is one of the important games. Any penalty, any yard really, can cost you. So you got to be careful. You cannot be careless at all. So they open up with one wide flanker, 2 wide receivers, and then they have 1 running back. There's a handoff, and there is a, let's see here, look like it's about 1 yard away from.
Music hands off to Jacob Zach. Number 71.
No, actually it's about 2 yards, so 2 more yards to go to get the first down.
2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 3.
Second
from the 26-yard line.
3. Let's see here. They're opening up in their base offense again. Both teams still staying pat. And let's see what happens. Number 2 in motion, and then there's a fake handoff. The quarterback keeps the ball. He runs over one defender, and it looks to have a first down. Devon is one of those guys that is tough and gritty. He will either run around you, run through you, whatever he needs to do, he's going to do it, whatever's needed for the team. That was a good, powerful run, too, by the way. So it's a lot of moving pieces so far. A lot of teams do this to start setting up for later on in the game. So you see a lot of motions, a lot of quick handoffs here and there, but please do not sleep on wide receivers or any of the flankers, because this is really just starting to get a feel for your opponent. All right, so we are, let's see here, on the goal line, on the 20-yard line. Let's see what's going to happen. And there's a quick handoff again. Not that big of a game.
Jacobzak on the carry.
That was tackle number 70.
Gain of 1 yard. Tackled by number 70, Richard Lukey.
Or number 70, I apologize for that.
2nd down and 9 from the 19-yard line.
No, 71. I digress, number 71. That's a big guy out there.
His get-off's not there, that's why.
Big nose tackles. All right. All right, and then these teams to keep the ball. It goes down. Like it's a loss of yards in that play.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up 3rd down and 11 from the 21-yard line.
So it's a lot of options that's in this base offense that Cuyahoga Heights run. One thing about those option offenses is if you're going against an option offense, you must stay on your assignment for the defense, because you blow your assignment, you're looking at a touchdown easily. They open up a shotgun, no running backs in the backfield, and DZ takes the ball. He throws a slight touch pass. Number 6 catches a touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone. So there's a touchdown for Cuyahoga Heights. And that's a 6-0 way to open up the game. So they easily capitalize over a turnover. And like I told you guys, any turnover hurts. Now they're opening up for their special teams, get ready to kick the extra point. The offensive line is off to the left. They usually do this just to get a feel for it, like I said, the defense. And they actually go for the 2-point conversion, and number 13 gets in. Ooh, it looks like there was a fumble. So the ball is still live. He's still going. The refs have not blown it dead yet, and they have just blown it dead. So they are given, yes, so the ball did cross the goal line. Anytime the ball slightly touches that paint, it's going to count as a touchdown. Regardless if it's a fumble or not, if it crossed that plane, it's in. So it did cross the plane. They're up 8-0. There's 7 minutes and 17 seconds left as we get ready for Cuyahoga Heights to kick off this ball to Lutheran West. I'm really interested to see how they respond. Coming off of a turnover, man, that could be really, really crucial and kind of deflate the whole side of a team if you let it. But for it to be so early in the game, got to shake that off, go to the next play, act like it didn't even happen. And Cuyahoga Heights is getting ready for the kickoff.
Cuyahoga Heights in kickoff formation, number 56, Noah Wilson to kick.
And as we get ready for the kickoff, the ball on the 40-yard line, and we are underway. All right, there was a good kick, and the ball seems to have been fumbled by number 84. He is got a little momentum, but it looks like he's going down. Still trucking. There's still a pile moving. There was a lot of moving parts going on. Sometimes till you hit the ground or you hear the whistle, the ball is still live. So they kept digging, and they was able to grind out an easy 4 additional yards just from effort. And I'll be really interested to see how they respond. Longhorns, again, they're about to be battle tested, and now is where we see what they are made about. They come out and they are in the I formation to wide receivers out to running backs. So there's a handoff to the tailback, and they were snuffed out by Cuyahoga Heights immediately.
Number 22, Jamarion Banks on the carry. Tackled by number 17, Andy Jacobzak, and number 50, Jace Young. No gain on the play.
Gain at all. So second and 10 again, and they were ready for that play. Good linebacker play. There's a lot of communication out there. All right, and it looks to be a blown play, but Lutheran West, number 15 quarterback, makes a little something out of nothing, so was able to get a carry. Let's see here. About 2 yards away from the first down. But that looked to be a busted play. I don't think that was planned at all.
Brings up 3rd down and 2 from the 38-yard line.
All right, used to be a quick snap and another quarterback sneak, but there was a quick stop. And the number 15 slow to get up. Looks to be kind of whimpering. He is hopping, well, not hopping, but he is going off the field slowly on the sideline.
Official timeout on the field for a measurement.
All right, there's official timeout. We're going to get the chain crew to come on out to see Where this ball is at, it seems to be close to that first. Now while waiting for this timeout, this is where the trend. You heard of the saying, "You win, the game is won in the trenches." This is what they mean right here. Offensive line and the defensive line is what's going to dictate the outcome of this game. The chains come out. Let's see where it seems to be. And this seems to be by a nose. And I mean a slight nose. Barely have enough to pay for the groceries, but they paid for it. The debit card was approved. So that's a first down for Lutheran West. And they pick up a few more downs now. So that's 1st and 10 now. There's a lot of communication that seems to be going on down with the defense. And I like the way the linebackers are picking up everything, especially the Mike linebacker. He's calling out plays. Everyone's running to him. So there is another quarterback sneak that's snuffed out again by the linebacking crew. And it looks to be an injury on the field for Cuyahoga Heights. He seems to be grabbing his ankle. Not a doctor, don't want to play one, didn't go to school to be one, so I'm just wait until the professionals tell me what seems to be the issue. But there is the training staff out there attending to the young gentleman.
No, that's a rep thing, not an announcement.
One thing about these injuries is, especially the colder it gets, you don't want to be standing, right? You just kind of always want to move, because when you stand, that's when you get cold. And when you get cold, your body starts doing things you don't want it to do, that you didn't practice condition for. But it's just the human element of football. So standing around, that seems to do it sometimes. But hopefully this gentleman gets up. Let's see what happens. While they're waiting, the defense seems to be speaking with the ref. Seems to just be welcoming and introducing himself. Hi and bye. So number 50 seems to have got up. He's walking with a limp, but he is walking himself out, so that is a good sign to see. And Lutheran West comes out. 2nd and 7. There seems to be some confusion on the defensive side. Let's see. There's another handoff to the tailback. And running back.
Marion Banks on the carry.
Marion Banks.
Tackled by Jacob Stewart.
Not sure why he was signaling for a first down, but it's only 3rd and 3. So just a little bit more go, sir. And then you guys could potentially get a first down. All right. So 3rd and 3. And this is an important down right here, especially coming off of that turnover. It seems to be another quarterback sneak. I'm not sure if that was a busted play or seems to be a little disorganization on the offense. I'm not really sure if this is all playing. I mean, he's not even stepping back and setting up or going through his progressions. It just seems he's taking a height, take one step back, and then run quickly. So it's usually not a good sign, but they did get that first down. All right, they open up in the I formation. And a quick grab to the fullback. And fullback was able to gain a substantial amount. Got a 7-yard carry off that run. So there's a lot of quick fullback handoffs. A lot of quick quarterback sneaks. Seems to be a little up-tempo. Wonder if that's what Cuyahoga Heights is starting to see. You just don't want to get in the habit of assuming that's what they're going to do the entire game. Now they're back in their pro form formation. Okay, there's a throw. Oh, he overthrew number 18, and number 18 was wide open. Had he caught that, we're looking at a tied up ball game easily. But he did overthrow that pass. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier, guys. They've been doing a lot of quick runs, a lot of quick one-step runs, but now they do a fake handoff, and there's a wide open play. Just happen to miss that pass. So you've got to be disciplined, especially playing cornerback. You're off in an island, it's cold, and you don't want to get in the habit of, oh, they're just running the ball, so why should I do my job? Okay, another quick handoff to the fullback, and he looked to have broken the tackle. And there's a flag that seems to have been thrown at the end of the play. Let's see what happens. And it looks like it's a face mask, personal foul, face mask penalty. That's going to be a 15. That hurts right there. Ooh, that hurts. The last thing you want to do is beat yourself. Penalties will always beat a team.
Brings up first down and 10 for the Longhorns at the 31-yard line.
All right, and they come out. Seems to be opening running back. The backfield, the quarterback seems to be in a pistol formation. 3 wide receivers to the right. And number 15 catches the ball. He options it. And there's a fumble, and the ball is live. And there seems to be another turnover as Cuyahoga Heights retrieves that ball. And now that's turnover number 2. Just when you get in the momentum, you have that happen to you. And that could be a real big deflator. But again, it is still early in this game, but I don't know how many of those you can have, and especially in this type of game. Man, this is a very important game. You cannot give the ball away. You can't do that. All right, so now we open up with Cuyahoga Heights. They're back in their base formation, and there's a handoff to the fullback, and he gets a nice run on first down. Seems to be a, let's see here, to get the chains ready. So it seems to be a good, let's see, 6 yards, no, 5 yards. So a good 5-yard carry by the fullback. Great way to start off the offense. Back in their base formation. Now, wide receiver will be off to the right of the field. He's usually open up on the left, so another handoff to the fullback. Looks to be a first down. And that is a first down. Those quick fullback, those quick handoffs are seeming to give Lutheran West some issues, as I'm not sure if they're picking up the ball immediately when this is happening, but it seems to be a ongoing theme that I'm starting to see develop here at Ralph Field. All right, they open up at the base, and the wide receiver now back on the left side of the field. Staggered. See there, and there's some keeper by Deasy. He's still up. And there seems to have been a late hit, but there's no flag for him, so they can letting the guys play through. Play through the whistle, slide.
Brings up second down and 10 from the 40-yard line.
I'm very, very interested to see how these nose tackles starts to adapt to this. Second and 10. And let's see what happens. Back in their base formation. And another handoff, but they seem to have scuffed that out now. So Seems like they're starting to adapt to it.
Number 17, Andy Jacobzak on the
But
carry.
they've read that play
1 yard on
very
the play.
quickly
Tackle
this
by
time.
number 71, Richard Lukey.
So a lot of folks that's watching the game wondering, why do they keep running the same, look like they're running the same play, but they're not running the same play. They just, again, it's a strategy involved. Now they open up. You see, there seems to be a lot of confusion, and they will call a timeout. Cuyahoga Heights. Oh, no, sorry, time has ran out.
Lutheran West Longhorns 0.
Very anxious, as you guys can see. But this is the first quarter, so we have 8-0 Cuyahoga Heights, and they have the ball looking to try to go up again. This is a good game, guys. Like I was saying earlier, you may seem to think, why does this team keep running the same, or why do both these teams keep running the same? Looks to be the same play, but they're not running the same play. It's all strategy. You want to get a feel for what the other team is doing. You want to stay true to your form and running the teams or the plays that you run each day in practice all throughout the season. And this is pretty much your DNA, your makeup of your team. But there's all types of tricks in these formations. With Cuyahoga Heights, they seem to run a base, which seems to be an option. They're setting up for the option, rather. They have a staggered, it seems to, they'll hand off quickly to the fullback. Then there will be a wide receiver, or they'll have a slot wide receiver who do a staggered option, like it seems like he's about to do a motion, staggered motion, and then they just take a few steps and then goes forward. But you want to pay attention to that. All right, they open up his shotgun, no running backs in the backfield, and it's just DC by himself. Number 8 goes in motion, and there's a pass, and there seems to be a throw to nobody but the grass. I'm not sure if there was someone that was supposed to be there.
DC's pass is incomplete. Intended for number 24.
But it's 4th down now. And let's see if they're going to go for this, or will they punt the ball away? Let's see. And special teams do seem to be coming on the field, so it looks like it may be a kid. Well, let's see before we jump the gun. There's a lot of player changing. And yes, it seems to be a punt. So we're looking at potentially a pooch punt, but let's see what's going to happen. Yep, and Cheesy punched the ball. It falls within the 10-yard line. Ooh, what a great! Ooh, looks seems to be a turnover. The ref seen it was down by contact, so there won't be any turnover. But that was a close one. So they open up the ball within inside the 10-yard line. That's a place you don't want to be. The plays that you have to run now has to change because of how much field you have left behind you. Definitely don't want to give any safety, so kind of want some room to breathe. You want some comfort room. Like a COVID rule, you want 6 feet distance at the minimum. All right, so they're going to open up, and they seem to be Lutheran West in their pro-style offense. Oh, it looks to be fumble. Exchange from the center to the quarterback wasn't clean, so now we look at 2nd down. That's the last thing you need. Busted plays like that is something that coaches cringe at. I'm willing to bet they may hear there's a timeout. Coach is fired up right now. You just can't have that. Just can't have that. But the last thing you need to do is give up a turnover or have a mental block. Those exchanges, and it seems to be easy, but it's not. I played center before, and your hand gets numb. Hiking that ball in cold weather, especially if it starts to drizzle and rain, that could be a tough challenge. and then the quarterback trying to receive that ball, it's harder than it seems, guys. So I tip my hat to those kids, especially playing center, because that right there, that is a very, very responsible position, very selfless position. All right, Cuyahoga Heights, they seem to come out. They're starting to get set up for their defensive assignment. And now we have Lutheran West trotting out to the field. This is 2nd and 11 with a loss of 1 on the previous play. And you want to get some room to breathe. So I'm sure they're going to try to hurry up and get this ball somewhere to the green. Okay, they open up in their pro-style offense. Quick handoff to the fullback. He seems to be real close. Oh, and I mean, he's probably within the 1 yard line, close to that end zone, which you want to stay away from because they go in the end zone. That is a safety. Can't keep running back, though. It's very close. It's 3rd and 15. This is a very uncomfortable position to be in because now you have to think, do you want to try to get some room just simply for the punter, if you're going to punt the ball, have some room to kick and cleanly get that kick off. Okay, they're going to open up in a wishbone offense. And there's a handoff to see here. And he seems to get a good run. The tailback got that first down and some more. What a great run. That wishbone just come out of nowhere. Jamarian Banks. That was a nice run. They moved the chains. They got their breathing room. I apologize for that. Now we're going to start seeing them get comfortable and open up their offense now. Number 4 seems to be for Cuyahoga Heights, seems to be Winston on the sideline. Something, not sure if he lost his breath or what happened. All right, so they come back out in that wishbone offense again. And another handoff to Banks. And that seems to be very productive for them. Now you're running something that the defense simply haven't seen. They haven't seen this none in this game. It's the first series that they really started seeing this system, so it seems to be effective. It's a good run of 6 yards. And they seem to be getting some momentum now running that ball. The offensive line up, moving the defensive line, and we're starting to see some holes pick up. Okay, another wishbone. And a handoff again to the tailback. He gives a good stiff arm to number 12, but number 12 still holds on and was able to bring him down.
Number 22, Jamarian Banks on the carry. Tackled by number 12, Nick Armbrust.
Okay, so it's 3rd and 1. So again, 3 yards. And this first down is very pivotal for Lutheran West. Absolutely want to keep the chains going, want to keep the clock moving, want to keep the momentum going. They come out, back in that wishbone offense again. No wide receivers or running backs. All right, another handoff. This is from number 32. I'm not sure if he got that first, though. Seems to be a close one. Looks to be 4th and 1. Now, what is Lutheran West going to do? Are they going to go for this, or are they going to punt the ball? Seems to be kind of risky. We're going to go for it, especially at the 30-yard of the opponent's field. But let's see what they do. Yeah, and they are going for it. So they're going to open up, and again, that wishbone style that they've been running, and a quarterback sneak. And let's see, seems that you have enough to get that first, but let's see, it was a quarterback keeper. and they do get the first down. So they was able
Number
to
12, Clay Noble on the
get
keeper.
that conversion.
Gain of 2 yards on the play brings up a Lutheran West first down.
And we are a fresh set of downs again.
Hey, Coach Mac.
Defense seems to be trying to, I'm not gonna say they're grasping for air, but you could tell that they weren't expecting to be out here this long for this drive, especially where the ball opened up at. All right, they open back up in that wishbone style. Lutheran West hands off to the tailback, who was quickly met by the linebackers from Cuyahoga Heights.
Number 11, Lamar Scott on the carry.
So that wishbone,
Tackle by number 10, Eddie Barrett.
there's no
Number
wide
50,
receivers.
Chase Young.
That's how when you usually go in that formation. So cornerbacks
Gain of 2 on the play
tend
brings up second down and 8 from the
to
33-yard line.
want to cheat up and try to get a good read to get a tackle in, but you got to be cautious with that because those plays specifically can open up a quick out to someone that may seem like they're a tailback that may be a wide receiver. So they open back up in that wishbone, hand off to the tailback, and there is a quick stop. All right, and this is
Number
3rd and 7.
Tackled by number 5, Francis Connors.
The clock is going. This game is going pretty quick.
Gain of 1 on the play.
A lot of
brings up
running.
down and 7 from the
Really haven't seen
33-yard
that much
line.
throwing this game. Honestly, it kind of feels, if I could count on my hands, or if I could count on a couple of fingers, I would think that's how many times the ball's been thrown this game. It's be a straight ground and pound game, both sides. Lutheran West comes back out, back in that wishbone style again. No wide receivers. And let's see what happens. Another handoff to tailback. And he has got a great run. The offensive line is just opening up massive holes. Massive holes. And there's a late flag after that great run and great
Number 11,
opening
Lamar
by
Scott
the
on the carry.
line.
Forced out by number 5,
Let's see
Francis
what's-
Connors, and number 8, Jacob Stewart.
Let's see what happened, though.
Penalty marker on the field.
The referees are huddling. And let's see what the final verdict is. Oh, a face mask. Oh, that's tough. So a face mask penalty. It's going to be an additional 15 yards tacked on at the end of that great, fabulous run. So, oh, well, that's interesting. Well, oh, wow, all right. Well, it looks like it was 5. I'm not sure, but they open back up in that wishbone. Quick handoff. It's a little interesting. Usually they would tack on an additional 15 after a run, but it don't seem like that was the case this time.
Tackled by number 50, Chase Young, and number
2nd
54,
and 8.
Angelo Rocco.
Quick run of 2 yards. The clock is still
Gain of 2 on the
ticking.
play. Brings
We
up
are
second
at
down
5 minutes and 35
from the
seconds.
23-yard line.
Second quarter. Again, we have the Cuyahoga Heights Longhorns. They're up 8-0. Oh, and they scuffed that out. So a run
Number 15,
that,
Lonnie Theodore on
see
the
here,
carry.
seems that went really
Tackled by
nowhere.
number 10, Eddie Barrett.
I apologize, I meant the Red Wolves. I do apologize. Please forgive me out there.
Correction, gain 1 yard on the play.
Red
Brings up
Wolves
third down and
actually
7
was
from
able
the
to grind out
42-yard line.
a yard out that run. So positive is always a positive. Let's see what they decide to go with. All right, they come back out. Seems to be back in that wishbone style again. And a quick handoff to the tailback, who is quickly met. And he is met. And it's 4th down
Rushed by number 22,
and
Jamarian
7.
Bass.
So
Tackled by number
this is
5,
an interesting
Francis
part of the
Connors.
field to be at. I wonder
Second
what the
receiver.
Lutheran West is going to decide to do. Are they going to try to play for field position, or they're going to try to go for it. One thing you don't want to do is give the ball halfway to the home team. But let's see what they decide to do. Catch late run in. It appears to be that they're going to go for this. And yes, they're going for it. So Lutheran West, look like there's confusion on the field. Okay, and then pistol offense. But that timeout seems to have came in, yes. So there was some confusion right before the ball was hiked. A lot of people were not on the same page at Lutheran West camp. So there's a timeout. They're going to go try to recalibrate what they want to accomplish. But I want them to be cognizant that you are halfway on the field. You don't want to be careless. You don't want to have any type of giveaways. But most importantly, you want to get this first if you decide to go for it. Because if you don't, striking distance is not as far as one would need for Cuyahoga Heights to prevent them from scoring. So this is a very, very important timeout right now. The refs seem to blow the whistle to inform the teams it's time to get going. Everyone is starting to come back onto the field. Again, this is 4th and 6, and they are still going to go for it. So let's see what they're able to get on the same page. They are in the pistol formation. So there's a tailback and then a quarterback who's slightly in the shotgun formation with 4 wide receivers. Definitely a new set for Lutheran West. They hike the ball. Number 12 throws a pass, which seems to be a first down, and he holds on to the ball, so it looks like they're going to move those chains. It's 3 minutes and 39 seconds. We know the clock stops when there's a first down, but then it will eventually pick up. So that is 1st and 10. And let's see what the Longhorns got the momentum going. They want to keep this going, especially with halftime coming up. So they will come up to, now they're back into their traditional pro-style formation. A quick handoff to the fullback, and he looks to have a good run to the end zone, and that looks like an easy score for Lutheran West. That quick handoff to the fullback position, even though it was Banks who's been playing tailback the entire game, he got that quick run, and it was over. Now it's 8-6. I wonder if they're going to go for 2 points or if they're going to kick for the extra point. There's a good huddle. And it looks like the boys want to be on the same page. This is very interesting to see. Football is a game of inches and absolutely is a game of points. And they are going to go for this. So they're going for the 2-point conversion. They open up in that wishbone style, and there's a quick fumble, but the quarterback picks it up and it looks to have scored on that 2-point conversion. So we are tied up 8-8. And this, like I told you guys earlier, this is going to be a good grinded out game. These are 2 of the top premier teams in the conference.
Lutheran West Longhorns 8.
This is definitely what I expected from both sides. Of course, you want to clean up the turnovers, and I'm sure both coaches, when they go into halftime, going to have a lot to say. Yes, even though there's not that much scoring going on, they want their teams on offense to score, and that's not happening. So it's a lot of cleaning up on both sides of the field, and I'm just interested to see how they come out. But they have the ball. I'm going to say they. We're talking about Cuyahoga Heights will be receiving the ball now. It's 3 minutes and 16 seconds left. And they also will receive the ball at halftime. So it's very interesting to see how they're going to play with this series. And will it be aggressive? Will they be conservative? Knowing that they're getting the ball back. But You do not want to have any turnovers by any stretch. Okay. All right, and Lutheran West gets ready to kick, but the ball was blown over, so kicker's going to try to put it back on the tee as the special teams get ready to run off. They are all in the 3-point position, some 4-point. They're getting ready to run, and there's a kickoff. That's a nice kick, great kick. All right, and it is received by Cuyahoga Heights. Oh, there seems to be a lot of physicality on that field. Oh man, the special teams is getting after the ball, but the game is won in the trenches, and special teams extremely important, dictating what the outcome is going to be in any game.
Kick returned by number 8, Jacob Stewart. First down 10 Red Bulls from the 21-yard line.
Red Bulls come out, and they seem to be back in their base style option formation. And let's see what happen. Quick give to the fullback, but that was scuffed out immediately by the Longhorns. 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
Rush by number 17, Andy Jacobson.
See the band starting to get ready to set up and come on out in the corner of the end zone. A lot of, it's just got a playoff feel to this game. It's very, very tense. No one wants to be that guy that gives up that play. King of cliches right now. All right, and they come out, and now we have one running back in the backfield with 4 wide receivers. This is definitely a different set from Cuyahoga Heights. Number 2 goes into option, but there's a keeper, and there was a pitch to number 2, which that was read immediately by number 21. So they look to have been waiting for that, and they scuffed it out. You could tell that both of these, you could tell good teams by how their defense is reading, meaning up front, the linebackers, how their cornerbacks are just coming up and ready to hit by any means. It's just very physical.
Third down and 14 from the 22-yard line.
Number 76 trying to help you get off the field, so they don't have 12, so got off in time. Cuyahoga Heights is up and back up in their base style offense, and we are waiting to see another quick handoff to the fullback. It's a minute and 15 seconds left. That clock is still ticking. Seems to be no sense of urgency. Oh, there's a quick timeout, it seems to be, and there's a timeout that was just by Lutheran West. So Lutheran West trying to do something, get the ball back at least with some time on the clock to try to strike, whereas on Cuyahoga Heights side seems to be no urgency because they want to hurry up and get back into the locker rooms to try to get back on the same page. We would like to thank you all for tuning in so far with us as we watch this potential playoff type of feel. Both teams are just really gritty. I want to say Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery is the year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice diagnosis treats facial pain and injuries and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. For all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs, please visit their website, www.ohsurgery.com. And we come back from that timeout. There's a shotgun. And, actually, there's a punt. There's a punt. So the ball is punt, number 20 from Lutheran West. And there at least seems to be a block from the back, but number 20 still seems to be up, and there was a good gain of 15 yards off of that. But let's see what this flag is going to indicate right here. It might have been a black. A block from the back. Peter Pecker. One of those type of tongue twisters. Let's see what the refs side.
Illegal block in the back.
Yeah, it was a block in the back like I thought it would be. So that right there is going to bring a great return back, unfortunately. Slightly, you see here's a minute and 2 seconds left. 8-8. And Lutheran West now has the ball. They will start. See on the 35. On the 35-yard line.
Down 10 Longhorns from the 35-yard line.
Now let's see what they decide to do. Are they going to be aggressive with this? Or are they going to try to play to not lose? Let's see. This first play is going to really tell us everything we need to know about how this drive is about to go. And the play is starting to come in. All right, and they will open up in the I formation. And a quick handoff, which is to the tailback, who was tackled and doesn't look to have gained nothing but a 1 yard off that play. The clock is steady ticking. No sense of urgency, so seems like they're going to try to run this ball until that clock strikes 0. Still ticking, slowly coming out, back in the I formation, and another handoff, or actually a keeper by the quarterback who goes down. This may be the final play of the half. Let's see what happens, but I believe this may be the final play of the game right here. I mean half, so I apologize for that. 10 seconds left. And the clock is steadily going. And there's a quick urgency run. They're going to try to get the ball. Yes, they hiked the ball off a millisecond before halftime. All for a run to the sidelines.
Number 22, Jamarian Banks.
Seems to be a little trash talking going on. And this will be halftime. So this is 8-8 as we go into halftime, waiting for the second half. And then Cuyahoga Heights will receive that kickoff. And they look to do some damage, but this game is a defensive stellar game right here. If you love football and you just a student of the game, this is the game you would definitely watch on your DVR, or for the young kids that's watching this, you would definitely go on YouTube and just keep rewinding this to just study the game plan for both of these teams. All right, so again, guys, this is halftime. We will be back at the half. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a season of boy bands and divas, featuring the nostalgic music of the Backstreet Boys, Lady Gaga, and Katy Perry. Please welcome your Lutheran West Longhorn Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Noah Hemrick, with Assistant Director Grace Brown, Drill Team Advisor Coach Kelsey Kovar, and Percussion Instructor Todd Blome, we proudly present Cuyahoga Heights Mighty Marching Red Wolves. Our next song was released in 1991. It is the power rock song that posterizes the grunge rock genre. Here we are now. Entertain us. That's not Romita's Pizza that you're smelling in the air. It's Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. Originally released in 1967 by Pete Rodriguez and re-released in 2018 by Cardi B. The Mighty Marching Red Wolves and the Red Rubies will be grooving and dancing to our next song so well that you won't be able to help but say, I like it. might think of a skillet as something you use to cook up some tasty burgers, but you wouldn't be wrong. However, the band Skillet kicked up the energy and volume with his 2009 mega hit. The mighty marching Red Bulls must confess, they feel like a monster. There they are, folks, your Cuyahoga Heights mighty marching Red Wolves. If you like what you heard, throw your head back and give me a howl. Ow!
All right, and we are back from halftime as we get ready for kickoff. There is a 8-8 tie between Lutheran West and Cuyahoga Heights. Lutheran West is kicking off the ball, and the rain has picked up substantially, and it is a lot colder than what it was after first kickoff. The ball just came off the tee. Kicker's walking back up to the tee to line it back up, and we are waiting for the kick. And we are off. So the third quarter has begun. Number 2 picks the ball up from Cuyahoga Heights as he scampers for a little under a 10-yard reception. So Cuyahoga Heights will come out, and I wonder what these teams do or what type of adjustments was made. There was a lot of quick gives to the fullback from both teams. A lot of counter plays, a lot of quick reads, and a lot of staying in your base formations. But now that we come into the second half, let's see if they start to open up the playbook just to stretch. So as we start off, Cuyahoga Heights open up with one running back in the backfield and a quick give to the fullback who is still, no, actually it was a keeper with the quarterback. So he scampers for a good 13 yards, and the chains will start to move. That was a great keeper. Traditionally, they were handed off to that fullback first, and you're starting to see the changes starting to be implemented already. That was a great run, though. And we are going to come out. All right, so they open up with their base formation, one running back, 2 flankers, and 1 wide out. And there's a quick pitch option, and that was fumbled by number 17, which was a loss of yards. So that weather I can already see is going to start to create a lot of difficulty for those option plays and for passes in general, especially when it's cold. It's a different animal out there. So you want to make sure you have your gloves if you're a skill player. But if you're a lineman, you may not want to have your gloves on. They break the huddle and come back out in their base set. And they are 3 wide receivers, 1 running back with a fake option. And there's a pass, and almost was picked off by number 13 from Lutheran West, but he dropped that pass. It was a give me. But that weather, again, I can already see it's starting to affect both teams on both sides. So this is going to be very interesting how these teams adjust to this, how they adapt to it. One thing we used to do in the locker room when it was raining was try to hike the ball in water. Put the ball in water and just keep hiking it. It was repetitive, but it comes down to things like this. No running backs in the backfield. It's shotgun. And a quick run by number 13 with a good 10 yards. That's going to move the chains. That was definitely enough for the first down. He's so shifty. He's so quick. And he's one of those quarterbacks that's going to get that first step on you. And if you're not there to try to counter it, you are in deep trouble. All right. So as they hike the ball, seems number 21 trying to get off the field for Lutheran West. He just gets off. And they are, and see a quick give to the fullback who was stopped immediately. So they kind of snuffed that play
Gain of 1 yard on the
out.
play.
Again, we are live
45-yard line.
here from the home team, who is Cuyahoga Heights. This is a tied ball game, 8-8, with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left at the start of the third. Two of the top teams and the top premier teams in the conference as they try to duke it out and see who's going to be at the top of the mountain. And there is, let's see, a staggered option, a pass that seems to be thrown in the opposite direction, number 8. I'm not sure if they were on the same page, but that pass was completely off. Sometimes a lot of wide receivers, they'll get caught up in running what they seem to think is not going to them, and then they will it's get chippy out there as the fans are very, very rowdy for this competitive ball game. So it's getting real chippy out here. But you love the passion. You love the passion from the fans, and you love it from the players. They open up shotgun. There's no running backs in the backfield. And let's see what Cuyahoga Heights have in store for us. There was a audible, I see, and change of play. So number 13, which seems to throw an out route to 8, and that was incomplete. Unfortunately, it's 4th and 9, and you kind of want to get some type of progress. It don't seem like we had any progress for that particular drive. Don't want to get away from the run, because the run absolutely helped keep you guys in the ball game in the first half, but you want to stay true to what got you here. And it may seem cliche, but that is what makes winning teams win. So stay true to what you are. So they open up in a pooch punt formation. Are they going to punt it or go for it? And there's a pooch punt by number 13 quarterback, and the ball takes a friendly bounce within the, we'll see, is that the between the 1 and the 2 yard line? That was a wonderful, wonderful punt. Pinned them all the way down to the 1 yard line. And here we go with not having no room to breathe. Like I said, you want to usually have the COVID rule. You want to at least have 6 feet of distance to breathe. And this is definitely not in the protocol right here. So they got to get away from that end zone, try to get some type of green, and then you can start to get more comfortable and open up your plays. But it kind of throws you off when you are all the way backed up to the 1 yard line. All right, Lutheran West breaks the huddle, and they are going to open up in that wishbone set again. A quick, let's see here, seems to be a quick sink. So quarterback keeper.
Number 12, and on the keeper. Gain of 4 yards on
that was a good soft 4 yards.
From the 5-yard line.
So that helps. Each yard helps, especially when you're close to your end zone. The rain seems to have let up slightly, but it's still chilly out there. And the play comes in. Lutheran West is breaking the huddle. They're going to open back up in that wishbone formation. There's a give to the tailback, which was good, positive momentum running. Offensive line is starting to push. They're starting to create that distance that you need in order to get some separation. And, oh, there's a late flag. That's never a good thing. Let's see what the referees are starting to huddle up and get to the bottom of this flag. But you never want to see a late flag. Never a good thing. Let's see what is the conclusion of this. Wait for the field judge to tell us. All right. I want to communicate what their findings is to sideline of Cuyahoga Heights. And seems to be is on Lutheran West. So let's see. And they're going to decline this. So apparently there was 12 men in the huddle for the offense, and that penalty was declined by Cuyahoga Heights. So this is going to keep it. Let's see. Third and three. It's interesting. Interesting decline. I wonder if that would have kept the same down and biked them up, but it was declined. We would not know that. That's Lutheran West breaks the huddle. Come back in that wishbone style. Quick carry, quarterback keeper. Seems to be close. And it was just enough to move those chains. And a new set of fresh downs for Lutheran West. Like I said, both of these teams, with the running that they're doing, this game is going by quick. We're already halfway through the third quarter, so this game is just moving, but it is deadlocked at 8-8. Still in the huddle as they break. Lutheran West comes back to the line. Appears to be in that wishbone set. Quarterback keeper. Fake to the fullback, and he keeps it for a gain of 1 yard. Substitutions are being made by Lutheran West. So 3 players out, 3 players in. Seems to be a smaller package, but let's see what they are cooking up in the kitchen for Lutheran West. Go back to their initial pro-style set. A quick handoff to the tailback, who got a great run, a great momentum. When this kid touches the ball, he's just really difficult to bring down. His first step, he's seeing the defenders. He's quicker than the defenders, and he's a little bit more physical. But that kid, he's the life of their offense. Clearly, you see that. As they break the huddle, it's a little bit, 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. It's tied up 8-8. There's a handoff to fullback that was scuffed out by Cuyahoga Heights.
Number 11, Lamar Scott on the carry. Tackled by number
2nd and 10.
Rocco, and number 73, Nick Novak.
One of them playoff games, it's just
Gain of 1 yard on the play.
Don't want to be careless, but you don't want to not be aggressive. So you kind of got to have that balance. There's a quick handoff. Well, it appears to be the Banks. He's still a chugging, still running, and he's eventually brought down by a few defenders. But that kid, his legs just keep moving. Once Banks is running, his legs is just churning. That's what you like to see with your running backs. You don't want to see stagnant. Anytime that kid touches the ball, his legs is always moving. Come up, break the huddle on their pro style set. Quick handoff to number 11, who seems to have the first down and some more. Tack it on. There's a few more extra yards. First down, Lutheran West.
Number 11, Lamar Scott on the carry.
And the clock temporarily stops at 4 minutes 54 seconds. Now it's starting to start up. This game is going by quickly. They open back up in their base set. Okay, looks to have been a kind of fuzzy type of exchange with the quarterback and the fullback. Not sure if the fullback was expecting that or he thought that the quarterback probably would have kept it and was going to keep running, but it seemed like it was a mix-up. But that turned out to be a 1-yard loss. All right, Lutheran West breaks the huddle. And they're in their base set. A quick give to the fullback. Before, let's see, at least was a yard.
Number 11, Lamar Scott on the carry.
1 yard.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. Tackled by a pack.
One thing you don't want to see is your defensive players with their hands on their hips, because that's a signal that it's a little tougher than it initially was, and trying to get some air. So definitely want to hurry up and get off the field. You don't want to be on the field as long as they have, but that run starts to wear you down after time. And then there's a jump. Number 50 was a little anxious to get back there, but it's going to be an encroachment, a 5-yard penalty.
Penalty marker on the field. Offsides on the defense.
Take it down to 3rd and 5.
5-yard penalty brings up 3rd down and 5 from the 50-yard line.
You can't. These type of penalties that just drive coaches crazy. Just can't do that. All right, they break the huddle. Back to their base set. Quick run by the quarterback. That was easily scuffed out. It's getting very physical down there. Very chippy. And then there's a late flag. Unfortunately, I was expecting it's getting a little aggressive down there. Let's see what the field judge has to say about this one. Again, you just can't. These penalties are self-inflicted. You're already playing a good game, really. See, it's offset. Hold on, what's the unsportsmanlike? See, it's those penalties. So it's sportsmanlike conduct on the defensive side. You just can't have that. And I keep hammering this, but this just drives coaches crazy. Similar to if you have garbage and your kids just keep walking past the garbage instead of taking it out. Just drive your parents crazy. Like just do the right things. Do the things we practice, but do the things that you know you should be doing. We go back in their base set. And let's see here. There's a quarterback keeper. He looked to throw. But he's still up. Number 12 gets that 1st down and some more. That momentum is starting to be felt. That offensive line is starting to move. That defensive line, they're real tentative now. And you guys got to remember, this started off at the 1-yard line. We are all the way down to the 21-yard line of Cuyahoga Heights now. So that you don't want your defense out this long because they get tired. It's natural. But they get worn down. Okay, quick give to the fullback. And it's getting super physical. Like physical up the front. But if you're the defense, you want to find some way. You're hoping and praying to get either a turnover, stop something, because this can kill your morale as a team. They break the huddle in their base set. Quick get to Banks, and it's positive. So you keep going forward. Again, the clock is still going. Clock is churning. You're getting positive yards. Mind you, they have not thrown the ball this series from what I've seen. They tried to throw it, but wasn't successful. But this is all run. When you run, you can't stop the run. That right there it's a cry for help. It makes you want to go in the locker room and just look at the man in the mirror, figure it out. Break the huddle. They're back in their base set. Lutheran West comes back to the ball. Quick quarterback keeper. Another momentum positive. Further ahead. Close to that 1 yard. 4th and 1 of the pit. No, let's see.
Number 5, Francis Connors, and number 10, Eddie Barrett.
4-4. 4 more yards. See, it's a bit closer. Now they've corrected this on 4th and 2. Now you wonder, are they going to kick for the 3 points, or are they going to go for this? 25 seconds left before the 4th quarter. Back in that wishbone set. And there's a give to Banks, who got that quick run, and he scores with ease like a deer in the street. Another score. So now we have Lutheran West that has just went up 14-8, and that right there was demoralizing. Just to have, I mean, again, guys, starting off at the 1 yard line, your 1 yard line, running, grinding, self-inflicted penalties from the defense, running. Now you score. That hurts. Okay, they're going to go for the extra point. So for a kick. And it seems to be a fumble, and there was a quick throw, which, of course, was nowhere close to a wide receiver. So 14-8, a failed extra point attempt. That may come back to bite them. We'll see. But there seemed to be a lot of confusion that was out there. As I was saying, though, that kills a team's morale, man. It's just, you can't stop the run. No matter what you do, team just keeps running, keeps getting positive momentum. Can't get any negative. Then to help them out, hey, let's get a unnecessary roughness. Let's get a face mask. Let's help them score. That right there, y'all, it can't happen. If you are trying to be the best team in the conference, it starts with discipline. That is something that happens during the course of the week in practice. You have to be conditioned, but you have to have the discipline. And that comes down to you, man in the mirror. Okay, Lutheran West getting ready to kick this ball off. And we are getting ready for a reception with let's see, Lutheran West getting ready to kick the ball off, and Cuyahoga Heights getting ready to receive this ball. And we're off, and the ball goes for a touchback. So this is right here. This is important. What are you going to do now that your team has surrendered a 99-yard, basically combined touchdown? What are you going to do to answer that? You're at home. You're in front of your home fans. You have women and kids watching this game. What are you going to do for them? For the most part, what are they going to do for you? 13 seconds left before 4th quarter. All right, and Lutheran West seems to be late coming out, but they are all out there now. Still some confusion going on. And the ball is hiked. A pitch to number 8, who has a great run on that outside. Seems to be like a sweep, a jet stream sweep. That was a good run. Okay.
Gain of 12 yards on the play for a Red Bulls first down. First down 10 at the 32-yard line.
All right, and we are 1st and 10. Cuyahoga Heights coming in with the play. 6.6 seconds left. And their base set. That staggered option, a quick give to the fullback, and this will take us into the fourth quarter. So Lutheran West going into the fourth quarter up 14, Cuyahoga Heights 8. This is the final quarter, and we must make a. This is it. It all comes down to this quarter. This game's been going by pretty quick. I want to make sure that I mention that the presenting sponsor of the CVC TV is Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Thompson. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you for your support for Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. We definitely appreciate you. Now the rain seems to be picking up a little. It's getting a little chillier out there, but now it's all down. It's all the chips is on the table. How are you going to respond? You let them chew up pretty much the entire third quarter. Not 9-yard drive and a touchdown. What are you going to do to counter that? They open up a shotgun. No running backs in the backfield. A quick pass, what seems to be tip, and there is absolutely no catch. So there's a player that's down right now, grimacing. Hope is nothing serious right now. Seems to be clutching his stomach. Definitely don't want to play doctor. Not smart enough to go to school to be a doctor, so I'm not going to pretend to be one either. I'm going to wait to see what happens. Hopefully the kid can get up from this. Teams go huddle up right now on the Lutheran West sideline. The coach seems to really be drilling to them. We got to be disciplined, guys. Can't beat ourselves. Let them beat us. Fans getting very rowdy out there. It's getting real aggressive. Everybody's passionate. And he's up. The player's able to get up on his own and walk to the sideline. So we definitely love to see that happen. All right, so here we go. What are we going to do to counter this? How are we going to counter this? Are we going to start throwing the ball? They open up with no running backs in the backfield, all wide receivers, and then one shotgun quarterback pass. Quick out. Oh, it's quickly dropped by number 5. I'm not sure. Well, I am sure. I'm pretty sure the weather's playing a short factor into that. There's a late flag, and we hate to see these late flags. Oh, wow. So Lutheran West, sportsmanlike conduct, and I'm sure the coach was just talking about this. Can't beat yourselves. It's basically saying, when you get these type of penalties, help me help you beat me. That's basically what it comes down to. And you can't have that.
First down 10 at the 48-yard
So it's first
line.
and 10 on the 48. Cuyahoga Heights looking to retaliate from that score. They open up in their base set. A keeper. Oh, and he had a good run. That was a great, smart, instinctive move by Dzik. Could have handed it off, but it seemed like that was scuffed out. And
11 on
When
the
the
play.
defense thought the fullback had the ball, he pulled that ball up and was able to scamper for a first down.
First down,
Also,
10
you
from the
always want your
41-yard
quarterback
line.
having those type of instincts. And look, we have a timeout on Lutheran West side, so teams went over group, try to get on the same page, but starting to have some early momentum for Cuyahoga Heights as they've crossed their 50-yard line and are looking to put some type of points on the board. It's 11 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lutheran West up 14 to Cuyahoga Heights 8. And that rain is starting to really, really pick up. Seems to have been raining pretty much all day. It's one of those ugly days today, you know. As long as it's not the S word, I am okay with rain. One thing we do want to look for in this drive is how's the offensive line and the defensive line, how are they starting to wear with their battles? Who's starting to win on the side of the ball? Who is overtaking the other opponent on their side of the line of scrimmage? Open up in their base set, Cuyahoga Heights. Quick give to the fullback.
Number 17, Andy Jacobs.
It's going to be a good 2-yard carry.
Brings up second down and 8 from the
That clock's still churning. It's a late substitution on the west side. Number 21 comes in for number 15. That's safety. And there's a height, the quarterback keeper, and number 13 with a good positive momentum run. And that's what you want to see. As long as you're going forward and not back, that's all you're going to ask for. That was a good run. It's 3rd and 1 now. The rain is really, really escalating right now. Now their defense is starting to, got the hands on the hips. You're starting to see a lot of heavy breathing. Starting to wear on them. It's a little tight formation right now. Oh, and they seem to have drawn them off sides with a quick count. And that just hurts. 3rd and 1. Now that's an automatic first down. That hurts. You just don't want to see that. Fresh set of downs. They open back up in that tight bunched formation. Oh, and then there's a fumble. And let's see who has that ball, because it's a little slippery down there. So I told you guys earlier, that rain in conjunction with the weather, it's very hard to exchange that ball. Things we take for granted, like a simple hike, that's a stretch now. It's cold, it's slippery, it's tough to the weather. So we may see this from both sides of the ball as they huddle up right now. Okay, and then there's a shotgun set. No running backs in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And there is a sack by Lutheran West, number 44. And there, Mr. Gill from Lutheran West. That helps them out a lot. Looks to be the first sack of the game. I'm going to check with the stat man, but I believe that was first one. Third down and 16. That was a drop of 7.
Third down and 17 at the
Now,
35-yard line.
kind of want to get half of what you lost. You don't need to get it all in one brush stroke. You want to get half, get the other half, depending on if you're going to kick this or not. Open up, shotgun, no running backs in the backfield. And a quick throw, number 8. And there seems to be a wide receiver screen. And, another late flag, even though the ball came loose. Let's see what the field judges have in store with a yellow surprise.
Penalty marker on the field.
These penalty markers is just, and I mean on both sides of the ball, it's just killing both teams. The referees are meeting, having very strong dialogue. And it appears to be a face mask. Oh, that's just simply stings. That stings. So tack on an additional, let's see here. So just tacks on 5 yards. So it wasn't a personal foul face mask. It was just simply a face mask, which that's a 5-yard penalty versus a 15, which is a big difference. Seems to be some confusion. Lutheran West wants an explanation.
From the 25-yard line.
So it is going to just be an unintentional face mask, but it still is a 5-yard penalty. 3rd and 7. All right, seems to be some early confusion coming out of the huddle. In their base set. Quick give to the fullback, which was stuffed out immediately.
Handoff to number 17, Andy Jacobzak.
Now we are now at 4th and 7. So what do you do? Do you go for it, or do you try to go for the extra points and then hope your defense can hold the team, which they've been doing pretty much all game? But we'll see. Obviously, I'm not smart enough to be on that sideline, but you only want to get the points. But they're going to try to go for it. So it's 4th down. They're going to open up with a shotgun, no running backs in the backfield. And the ball is high. And there's a throw to the corner of the end zone, and that almost was grabbed, but it just wasn't enough. So that's going to turn over the downs. Ball will now be Lutheran West. All right. And that right there, that hurts. You know, you got so far. And come up empty like that could be demoralizing at times. So let's quickly recap. Last time the Lutheran West had the ball, they took it 98 yards, scored. You get the ball back. You had a good momentum, able to get it down to the 25-yard line, but you come up empty. Those two interactions right there combined hurts. They open up the wishbone as Lutheran West, and then there's a flag thrown at the end of the play.
Number 22, Jamarian Banks on the carry. Tackled by number 2, Seth Lucia. Penalty marker on the field.
And there's a player down as well. So there's a lot of moving pieces to what just unfolded. But let's see what this flag is for. both sides of the ball, they can't be happy with the way they're giving away yards. Despite the penalties, it's been a great hard-fought game on both sides. The ball is going back, which that right there signals that would have been on Lutheran West, but I'm still trying to wait for the official ruling. Holding. So it was a holding penalty on the offense.
First down and 20 from the 15-yard line.
Just can't happen, especially on a running play. Like, that would drive our offensive line coach crazy. How do you hold on a running play, right? But it happens. But try telling that to your coach. And I'm sure you're going to have a different exchange of words with you. Right? So it's first and 20. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Lutheran West is going to open up in that wishbone set. And a give to the tailback. The clock is churning. That rain is starting to come down and it's starting to drop more and more, a couple of degrees. Seems really each 5 minutes of the game, temperature keep dropping. You can see the field starting to get wet. You can see it just on the fibers of the grass or the artificial turf starting to build. Break the huddle. Back in that wishbone set. Grinding out the clock. A quarterback keeper that was tackled by number 2 Garcia for Cuyahoga Heights.
15, Jelani Theodore on the keeper. Tackled by number 2, Seth Garcia.
5 minutes and 15 seconds left. Clock is still churning.
From the 17-yard line.
Clock is still going. It's all about ball control now. And I'm asked the stat person, but I'm willing to bet they've had this ball, I'm willing to say 75% of this half easily. And that's just straight ball control. Now there's a timeout by Lutheran West. Coach must not have been happy with the set when they came out. But it's 4 minutes, 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Again, Lutheran West up 14-8. And we are live here from Cuyahoga Heights. Got to not, and I'm just really curious as to this course of practice throughout the week. How do you build from this? Because this right here, this could make a team, or this can unfortunately derail a team. And Cuyahoga Heights is undefeated. They're coming into this game, 6-game winning streak. Everything was working on them. It was hitting on all cylinders. And now you run into another team that is just as capable as you are, just as aggressive, has the same amount of skill set players that you have. And now you get in the mouth, you got to hit back. So we're about to really see what Cuyahoga Heights is made of now. All right. Timeout seems to be over. And Lutheran West is coming out. All right. And they are going to go on that pistol set. So the quarterback has the ball with the tailback right behind him in the shotgun. Quick throw to the slot receiver, and a good healthy game. And that will, let's see. The clock's still going. 4th down and 10. That was a good pickup of 8 yards. You would think that they're going to punt this away, but you never know. Seems to be some confusion in that huddle. I'm not sure someone's missing, but it's a lot of confusion. Quick snap and a quick punt, but he got a good punt off, and it actually takes a Cuyahoga Heights bounce. So 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. Cuyahoga Heights is going to get that ball, and they're going to actually pick up the ball right on, which believes to be the 41-yard line. So it comes down to this. This is the most important drive of the game for Cuyahoga Heights. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? But most importantly, are you going to beat yourself, or are you going to finally stick to the game plan and be disciplined? Cuyahoga Heights come out in their base set. And a quick give to the fullback, which that was stopped. And you wonder if they are aware that it's not that much time left, so you kind of want to start picking up the pace on this. So all it's doing is chewing up time. No sense of urgency. I kind of want my team to be a little bit more urgent, especially being down. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Still in the huddle. Kind of want to start amping up the speed just a tad bit. Okay, come back out in their base set. And we got a pass. Oh, and he is quickly drilled by number 27 on the blitz. So Lutheran West is starting to get aggressive. They're starting to pick up their blitzing and their scheming up front. Third and 13. Sense of urgency is 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. Now you gotta act like you late for work. You know, you get one more call up, you're gonna have a meeting with your manager. You want to kind of hurry up and get to work right now. And there's no urgency with this team right now. Clock is still ticking. Clock is still ticking. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Shotgun, no running backs in the backfield. Okay, there's a quick drop, quick pass, and unfortunately it was deflected. And there is a flag down. We definitely don't want to see that if you're the opposing team, but there is some laundry on the field. Refs are meeting right now. That's going to be pivotal right here. Holding on the defense. Oh, that's self-inflicted penalties. Help me, help you beat me. This seems to be the theme. It's third and it seems to be 3rd and 3. 2 minutes and 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Cuyahoga Heights trying to come back, being down 6 points. Ball on the 48-yard line in their base set. And a quick give to the fullback, which was immediately met in the backfield. So clock is steadily ticking. That's going to bring up 4th down and 4. And here we are. So now what, right? It's 4th and 4. We go back to the traditional handoff to your fullback, which is, you know, a lot of people may have questions about that, especially this time of the game. What's at stake? The sense of urgency, most importantly, how effective that's been throughout the game. It hasn't really been that effective. But the brass of Cuyahoga Heights feel differently, so they're sticking true to their form, but kind of want to pick up the pace. Both teams are meeting right now, Trying to be on the same page. Defense is all communicating as they come back out from Lutheran West. They are all setting up, getting prepared for Cuyahoga Heights to come out. So that comes down to this. It's 4th and 4. 1 minute and 53 seconds left. Again, Cuyahoga Heights down 8-14. What are you going to do? Do you want to keep this win streak alive? Shotgun. There's no running backs in the backfield. Wide receiver check with referee. Referee make sure he's in line. And a pass that was unfortunately overthrown. So there is no laundry on the field, and there's going to be a turnover and downs. Lutheran West 1st and 10.
The play results in a turnover on downs.
That's tough. That's real tough. Lack of urgency. Really pedestrian type of play calling. Kind of wanted to be more aggressive, especially being down with at stake. But I'm sure they're gonna look at the film, and it's gonna be a lot of challenging going on. I'll tell you that much. Lutheran West breaks the huddle. Coming into their slight wishbone as the quarterback keeper. That was an easy pickup of appears to be 9 yards. A minute and 42 seconds left. Clock is still going to keep churning. It actually stopped. Must have been a timeout by Cuyahoga Heights. That's their second timeout of the half. One more left, and guys, I mean, we talked about this. The theme of the whole game again: help me, help you beat me. How many penalties am I going to have? Your defense can only do so much. Your offense can only do so much. But when you help the other opposing team, it make you want to scratch your head. Things that we know you shouldn't be doing. But frustration could set in. It could be the weather. It could be the opposing person in front of me is probably beating me on a few occasions. So makes me want to be a little bit more chippier. But you got to put that aside. It's all for the greater of the team. You got to be disciplined. Discipline is at an all-time premium at this stage of the game. They break the huddle, back in the wishbone set, and that is a quarterback keeper, which looks to be a first down. Wait for and that's a first down. So there's a minute, 37 seconds left. The clock temporarily stops, but once that chain is set, the clock will start, which it has, and that clock is going. We are a little under a minute and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter as Lutheran West looks to keep the momentum and try to close this game out. Opening up in their wishbone set. All right, and then they are looking to go into victory formation to try to close this game out. We're a little under a minute left. And that clock is still going. Can't really stop. You only have one timeout remaining. But, yeah, you are kind of in a sticky predicament right now. Let's go back into that victory formation. Waiting for that clock to keep clicking. Slowly comes up to the center. Calmly looks at the sideline with ease and kneels the ball. And this may be the ball game right here. It's a little under 16 seconds left. We are now 3rd and 12. Lutheran West looking to get this big victory. This will be their 5th game in a row. This is going to be the first loss of Cuyahoga Heights season. And the game has ticked to 0. This will officially be the ball game as Lutheran West wins 14-8 in a real gritty game. Real playoff-minded game, and they came up. They were more physical. They were more disciplined, and they had more urgency. And you see what team wanted it more. And simply Lutheran West, they wanted the game more. It showed. I know this is going to be a tough film day on Monday for both teams. Even though Lutheran West pulled out the victory, they still can't be happy with the way they won this game. But when you have 2 premier teams going at it, you're going to see these type of what appears to be an ugly football game. But it's just 2 superior teams that's just really taking away what one team does good, takes away from the other team. So what a great game as Lutheran West pulls off the upset. Well, not an upset, but a victory, 14-8. We were here at Cuyahoga Heights at Ralph Stadium, and we appreciate every one of you that tuned in today. Special thanks to the CVC crew for producing and having this game brought to you guys live at home. Again, it's 14-8 with Lutheran West winning, and we look to see you guys next week, and it's going to definitely be another grinded out game. But hey, good game, and this is what champions are made of, as the Lutheran West team is on the sideline, but they are very happy. The fans are really feeling the momentum and the passion, and there's nothing to hold your head down. You still got a few games left, still got 3 games left, but definitely wanted to put this one off. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, my name is Jason Vine Young, and we will catch you guys next week.